Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rocco Granado reporting for InLacrosseWeTrust.com. I'm here at the Langley Event Center Fieldhouse at the 2019 World Indoor Lacrosse Championships. With me right now, I have offensive coach of Costa Rica, Pat Differ. Pat, thank you so much for taking the time out. First of all, how is the atmosphere here with the team? How are they, enjoy being in their first World Indoors?
They're thrilled to death, and they came in here after practicing for pretty solid 6 months, playing scrimmages, and there's only a few players in Costa Rica. I think there's 44 in total, and they picked a team out of that. So it's their first experience of anything at this level on the box side. Some of these fellows went to the field championship in Denver, but they're interested in creating a minor lacrosse system down there. And ever since they've been here, they know that they're punching above their weight here, and that they're going to get it handed to them most nights. But at the end of each game, we go in there and ask people about their impressions of what it was and how they feel, and they're a little bit beat up. But they think it's great, and they welcome the experience. Every shift they go out on the floor, they're learning. And for the most part, I think we're looking forward to the seeding round when maybe we get into competitive situations that are more where we are, not against the strongest teams. And we played today again against Finland. That's a tough go for these guys. But overall their spirits are great, and if we stay healthy, we're not real deep in terms of people or skill, but we're coaching them on the basis of this being a learning experience, and scoring a goal is a big deal for them, and they have improved tremendously since May, when you consider that they don't even have a lacrosse box or a hockey book in Costa Rica to go in and play. Most of the stuff they practice on is just outside on the grass, on the field, and without even having a wall to bounce the ball against, it's a tough thing to do. So we've told them to put their stick in their hand every day and get as much exposure to that type of drills as they can. And I think, for the most part, they're having fun.
Now, it's not like you just have anybody coaching them. You got Johnny Moradian, who's got a wealth of knowledge in the game. You also have former Philadelphia Wings head coach Dave Evans as the goalie coach. So it's not just random people coaching them. There's knowledge there being transferred from coach to player.
Yeah, and I think that we've all had the same thoughts about that we don't want to start on algebra when these guys are on arithmetic, and so we've really stressed the fundamentals and how important they are. The strategy of lacrosse, or any sport, takes a while to learn, and these guys are not deep in any of that. And I think that what they've done themselves since Dave and I and Chris Rudge, former head of the Canadian Olympic Committee for 10 years, former professional player in Syracuse Community, Quebec City, and Johnny, what we have done is set in place mostly drills that work on fundamentals, and right from the beginning, catching and passing and loose balls and setting picks and rolls and blocks. Sometimes that gets a bit complicated for these guys, and we're under no illusions that where we are skill-wise and competitive-wise, but their levels are good in terms of their compete desire. And I think that what Davey's done in particular has brought a real broad spectrum approach to the game, being not just a goalie coach, but he's a really good coach.
Coach Ross.
So we're all different in terms of the way we approach the game. I try to deal with the offense, Chris deals with the defense, Johnny sees everything overall, and then Dave really helps out everywhere because his knowledge is as deep as anybody's in this game. So when we started, it's not often we all get together, but we made trips down to Costa Rica and put on a series of practices over a week, call it a mini training camp, and done really the best we could with what we had to work with. And I think getting these guys to have their stick in their hands and finding a wall, a school, or somewhere to bounce the ball off of is really what we've encouraged, and they've done that. So they've made some progression skill-wise. As far as how to play in situations on the floor, that really can only come with experience, and there's a little bit of a language barrier too in a lot of cases. So we have an interpreter that tries to say things, the way we mean them to be heard. And but most of all, we know there's a level of enthusiasm there for this game, and that's what's encouraging us.
Now, I asked this about some of the U.S. players and everything. The guys, what was their feeling, their reaction? They're putting their country's jersey on. They're representing their country. You put it on, you see the flag and Costa Rica across your chest. It's not like you're playing for your club team. You're playing for your country.
We had many talks with them about that, and athletics can be a great teacher. You can learn a lot playing this game or any game, and I think people skills wise, they've come a long way and are very proud of putting that Costa Rica jersey on. And they're at a point when they walked in here off of the airplane, and there was some of them have never been on an airplane. So there's a big bus sitting there waiting for them. We've tried to lay out and went on a pretty extensive fundraising campaign because they're not supported by any dollars at all. And so we reached out to the lacrosse community here to help these kids out when they come up here. And when they get off the airport, or off the airplane and into the airport and saw a great big bus sitting there with Costa Rica coming across the front of it, they were in heaven. They'd flown an overnight flight on a red-eye through Mexico City, had a 4-hour layover, showed up here pretty beat, and so that was what's greeting them. Came straight to the hotel, and we had all new equipment for them, which was a big deal. And so we talked to them a lot about representing the country and making sure that they understand, and they understand that. They're big athletic fans. They love to watch soccer and the football, as they call it, and they know what it's like. They're really looking forward to a matchup against Mexico, because apparently that's a Red Sox Yankees type rivalry. So these guys are very aware of that, and I saw on Facebook the other day, which I go on from time to time. When we scored our goal, when number 27, Daniel, scored that goal, that Facebook lit up. He's almost a national hero because that's a big deal. So they're a very strong sporting nation for being a small country, and for the most part, like I say, they know and feel the magnitude of representing the country.
Yeah, it's got to be really special. Coming here the first time, and like I said, with you, Dave, and Johnny, as a coach of these kids, they got to be looking forward to, as you said, further down the line, the next few, World Indoor Lacrosse Championships, where they may be, as they can gradually move up in the rankings to where, hey, we can compete in the other divisions and hopefully get into that medal contention.
What their intent is, and I think they will follow through with this. We've had a meeting already with the Costa Rican Sports Commission, and we'll have another one when this tournament's over, and bring a presentation back based on what the results are and the experiences are. And basically, they're doing this all on their own. They're not getting funded by it, as I said before. So really, the intent when they go back is to make this presentation to these guys and make a commitment to act as coaches themselves for some of these kids that have shown an interest down there. And the Costa Rican Sports Ministry was quite receptive, and they've not agreed yet, but on the way back, if we follow the formula that's necessary to make these presentations and the time that it takes, we hope that within a year they'll build a lacrosse box in Costa Rica for these kids, and then they'll have a foundation to move forward. So that's a big win-win for everybody.
Yeah, because you're looking at kids that are now, say, 14 years of age. 4 years from now, they're 18. Hey, they could be wearing that jersey, or 8 years from now, a kid that's 10 years old. Right, 8 years from now, he's 18 and he's got a lot of skill, a lot of practice for 8 years, and
a place to go and actually practice box lacrosse. And the other commitment that we've made, and the people that have really supported this little program that we have, project-wise, across Canada, from the lacrosse community here, former national team members, and we sent out letters fundraising and trying to do that. And many of the players from the former national teams here all chipped in a little bit, and it all adds up. And at the end of the day, I've mentioned to every one of them that during the winter, when this structure gets put in place down there, and maybe even before that, they have a perfect opportunity to take a winter holiday down in Costa Rica for a week, stay on the beach and have a nice holiday, but also jump in a car and come over and coach some kids a couple times a week. Because if this minor program gets going, the Canadians are all really gung-ho going down at different times with guest coaches and to try to teach some fundamentals to help the kids get going. So, that's a long-term commitment by many, many people here. So, we're supporting them and they're showing the interest and the desire, for it to continue. So, that's something that really only helps the cause in the end, and that's what we're all doing this for.
Now, days off, what are the guys going out to see some sights, or they're just kind of, doing things as a team and just?
They're a really tight team because there's 4 guys in a room. So that's kind of funny. But other than that, we had Friday we had a game in the morning, and then we had the rest of the day off. So we rented a couple of vans for these kids, and we picked them up, took them out to my place. I have a little blueberry farm out in Abbotsford. So we went out there, place to throw the ball around. They played soccer, they played bocce ball, they played a little bit of golf. I had a golf hole set up out there. We had a nice barbecue for them, and we were out there for probably 5 or 6 hours, just downtime, not talking lacrosse or anything like that, letting them experience a little bit of barbecue. And so we did that. And then we brought them back to the hotel. Yeah, a team building thing. And so we did that on Friday, and that continued because Saturday was a day off yesterday. And yesterday morning we picked them up at 8 o'clock, and we have to get the time straight. There's Canada time and then Tico time. Everybody down there is called Ticos. So, Tico time is usually about half an hour after what time you're supposed to be there. So we had to get that straight. And so they were ready at 8 o'clock yesterday morning. We picked them up in the vans again, and we took them into Stanley Park in Vancouver and showed them around there. Lots of pictures and wonderful things to see. 1,000-acre park right in the middle of the city. So we did that, and then we jumped on the vans again and went up to Whistler, to the ski resort. A beautiful drive all the way up. We stopped and took some pictures, and they had free time in the city of Whistler, downtown Whistler there in that village. And then we got them all, had a nice lunch, and drove them back last night, and there wasn't a peep on the van. Everybody was sound asleep. So,
they were out.
And that's really the first time that they've had a little bit of downtime to go out and do something other than lacrosse, and we tried to make it productive, and we did. We filled it up with they'll remember, that's a memory for the rest of their life. And so they're most appreciative of that. So, we're in here today, and then we play tomorrow, and then we'll figure out what's going on after that as far as the seeding round. And they're looking forward to that. They really hope that they draw against Mexico, because that'll be fun.
That'll be something to see.
They'll be even more excited than they are just being here.
I'm going to spread that word around, because that would be interesting, and hopefully it's not bucking up against a USA game or something else, because you get a nice little.
Well, I know that they're quite proud of the fact that they're here. Know full well where the program is at development-wise, but they put in a little extra against Mexico for some reason. That seems to be a big deal down there, and they want to be able to say they're the best in Central America.
More power to. I mean, I think
it's a great thing.
I think it's absolutely great. I mean, you talked about the Friday and Saturday, the downtime and everything, and you talked about the presentation earlier. When it goes back, put everything together. That's something that can be added in to show, hey, this is what
exactly
everything that's been done. We're just not there. Hotel, field house, across, back to hotel. It's not.
No.
There's so much more to experience depending on where you're at in 4 years as far as where this event's going to be held.
Well, and I know being in Costa Rica, and everything can change based on the strength of the performance here. And we're talking to them about keeping their nose clean and making sure that they don't get offside anywhere and have fun, because that's really the message of it for most of it. But at the end of the day, if we can go back there and compete and represent Costa Rica proudly, the sports ministry is all lined up to help out. So, future trips and things like that, I don't think they have a huge budget budget down there for things like that. But they've got a marvelous big stadium in San Jose, and they've got, quite a good sporting nation. I know in the World Cup of Soccer, a couple of tournaments ago, they went quite deep. And for a little country, that was really good. So they're quite inspired by the whole thing. So again, all of us, Chris, Davey, and Johnny, and myself, we're thrilled to be involved. And I think that the time frame, really, in a less than a year, we've been able to help them put together quite a significant presence in this effort.
Yeah, so it's all about growing the game, and you mentioned about players keeping their noses clean, and that's what you see with a majority, if not 100% of the lacrosse players. They know that it's their image and everything, and they know that they're representing their team and or their country, not just during the season, year round.
You know what, Rocco?
Because that's what they're going to associate.
That's 100% right, and I say it like this. I think that they have an Olympic type of a discipline, which is different than a professional athlete's discipline. They're not doing this for money. They're doing this to be proud of their country and to be proud of themselves for representing their country, and they don't mind following the rules. We set in place the same sort of format as what Team Canada works by. Johnny's been on that team many times, and I was a former player on it as well, and I know what the rules are. And sport's different today. It's not the old days, and there's a discipline that's required. And a lot of the times in my day when I played, that discipline was while we were on the floor, or maybe when we got outside the rink.
It was
a whole lot of
discipline. No, it's a lot different of a discipline. Oh no, we can go back to the old days of the indoor game, the States.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, the discipline outside the rink was totally different.
It wasn't the same, nor were the training methods or any of that stuff. So we're aware of that, and I think it's an improvement in terms of just the way people conduct themselves.
Pat, I want to thank you for taking the time. I truly appreciate this. Best of luck the rest of the way. Hopefully, I'll keep my fingers crossed. We'll see Costa Rica, Mexico playing in a seeding here.
Yeah.
Get a little.
We look forward to that, and we look forward to the seeding round when we can try to, play at a competitive level and learn from the first 4 games that we played, which is an ongoing process here over the next couple. So everybody's going to be a little better by the time we get to that round, I think, and we'll see what happens. Thanks very much, Rocco. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it. The fans out there appreciate it. We'll see if we get to see Johnny or Dave before they come in, but I know the Philadelphia Wings fans are going to appreciate this. Everybody out there in the lacrosse world.
Well, I remember playing in Philadelphia very clearly, and they had wonderful fans, and it was always a thrill for us to go to an NHL rink and play in '74 and '75. And they were strong opposition.
They still are today, and fans are glad they're back and the league is. But again, Pat, I thank you so much. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay.